Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of the Forge podcast.
Finally, after it's 3 months, made it to 10. Having some scheduling issues, it's like,
and
it's good to see.
totally not because anything got corrupted, multiple times, and an episode has been delayed like three times.
We move on. This episode probably won't come out until week of Christmas, maybe. It's backed up for a while, dude. I'm sorry.
Just so you know, we are recording this. The date is currently December 11th, so that should give you a time frame as to
2 weeks.
how long.
2 weeks. 2 weeks from now.
Hopefully.
Well, 2 weeks from now is Christmas.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But today we have Mr. Jack Riskii himself.
Hello.
And words function
XZY.
XZY. You do Overwatch, correct?
Yes.
So obviously a varsity Rocket League member and then club Overwatch, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So yeah, if you guys just want to introduce yourselves, like background stuff, anything like that you guys want
So yeah, my name is Jack Aprazis.
I still can't pronounce that, man.
Yeah.
I feel like Riskii can barely pronounce it himself.
Well, there's two pronunciations.
Wait, what are the two then?
Well, there's like the American way and then the European way.
What's the European way?
Aprazis. That's what it is.
That's sick.
I can't
dope as hell.
roll my R's because I took French for like 12 years.
Oh.
So all the R's in French are like in the throat. So yeah.
I mean, I took Spanish for like 4 or 5 years. I can't roll my R's, so you're chilling.
We're white. All right, it's not happening.
Well, anyways.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm a varsity Rocket League player. Starting now, that's not the way it began in the beginning of the semester. So I am also part of the stream production team along with these two.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Hey, it would have been you yesterday or 2 days ago, but
Yeah, it would have been me 2 days ago.
we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Get to
Yeah.
So yeah, originally from New Jersey, and that's really it.
I'm Jacob XZY Taylor. This past semester, I played Club Overwatch for Team Love from Columbus, Ohio.
Neat. So, quick question. For the Overwatch, like, club teams, is it Love and the other team is Honor? Or
Team
Yeah.
Love, Team Honor, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
there needs to be a team called just And now. The second that Team 3 gets added, just Love,
And.
Honor, and.
Or what? It's
I
just Love and
forget.
Honor.
There
That's
were
just,
2 more teams. I forget what they was. I think it was Glory was one of them.
it was Love, Honor, Glory, and something.
I think the 4th team got cut because some people dropped out, but
Damn.
Yeah.
Rip.
I wonder how many Valorant club teams we'll have next semester because it just keeps exponentially growing. We had it was
There
4.
was 5 this
It was
semester.
4 last spring. It was 5 this semester.
How does
So it's
club
like-
work in terms of Valorant?
In Club Valorant, at least for Club, I don't know about other club teams, but like if you try out and you want to play, you'll pretty much play either as a sub or a starter. And you basically just sign a form, with like what you prefer to be a starter or sub. Like you put your right ID, like current and peak ranks, and then you get sorted, or at least this semester you got sorted into upper and lower trial groups. Upper tryouts had their own day, lower tryouts had their own day, and you basically play like 3 customs. And usually, I played in 2 out of the 3. Some people only played 1, unfortunately, and then from there you just sorted in your own teams. Some people said it was more based on rank than tryouts, which is fair, but I don't know. It was still fun, but there's gonna be a new game coordinator next semester, so I don't know if it's gonna be any different. If Mr. Logan Slasher, I don't remember his last name, but if he's gonna change anything about it, but that's how Lucy ran it.
Yeah. I know I did not participate in club this year.
You should next semester.
I might next semester. I don't know. It's a lot of shit.
True.
Like every night, every Wednesday night when I would come back and see you molding at your desk. All right.
I mean, it was just because
After getting 0-2 that night,
it's just because I know we could win, but it was like inconsistencies, and like we just needed to practice more. But like no one wanted to do anything. It was just frustrating.
I know, because I would ask you before the games each night, and I was like, "Oh, is everyone showing up today?" And you would be like, 3 people haven't responding yet. We have no clue."
Well, yeah, it was no hate to Team Gray, but it was like it was like some people we'd ask like, oh, is everyone available for the match? And then some people like we usually have like three people respond always. They're like yes, and then everyone else is just up in the air. Like sometimes like Cameron, Genji Deity he wouldn't know if we had work or not until like minutes before the match, and then we'd have to get like a sub.
How would you not know if you had work until?
No, because his work schedule's weird. He works at Big Boy in Hamilton, I think. It's like it's weird. I don't know. Love Mr. Genji Deity though. Isn't he on an Overwatch team?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think he's on.
I would hope with a name like Genji Deity, he's on an
Yeah.
Overwatch team.
Well, wasn't I think he used to be pretty high ranked, like on a character in Overwatch 1, but I forget how high.
I would hope it's Genji.
Yeah.
No, he's a Roadhog main though, right?
Oh no, he is. He is.
Wait,
a Roadhog.
what?
He is a hog man. Yeah.
Yeah, because his
He's a
profile,
hog?
his profile picture is Roadhog.
Yeah.
Wait, he's a hog main that's name is Genji Deity?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We don't question it.
we really don't question it.
It's not our story to tell anyway.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Hey, maybe we'll get him on the pod. He can explain the lore.
True.
Maybe at some
Well, no,
point.
he lives in Hamilton, doesn't have a car, so
Oh, then
someone
probably
has to pick him
not.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't have a car.
I don't have a car either.
Okay.
fucking dragging the hall back on for
I
another
think the whole
one.
back on with Cameron, just so we can pick him up. I think the whole's tired of picking that guy up because he like he had to pick him up like twice for club stuff, for Val Gray stuff, and then he almost had to pick him up for I Am Grands, but then apparently he just had work, and Toto was subbed on, and Toto popped off map 1, like I don't know.
Toto did play well map 1.
Cause didn't he like second frag the lobby?
I think map 1 he might have. I'm not sure how he did after that. I think he kind of like evened out afterwards because he didn't really play like Jet or anything like that.
Yeah,
like I think he was playing fucking Viper or some shit on like map 2 or map 3.
Toto is I think a lot better player than his rank is. He's just very, very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like, at his peak he's probably like mid diamond, but he doesn't hit that like very often.
At his peak he's mid diamond. At his lows he's like bronze.
Yeah, he just needs that consistency. Just needs to
That
play more.
inconsistent. That's.
Yeah,
He's the most volatile Jet player you'll ever see in your fucking life. He either
yeah.
starts opping and pops off with like 30 kills that game, or he doesn't get shit started the entire
yeah,
match.
he either drops 30 in club, and then I think literally one time he dropped 30 as Jet. We went to the next map, which was Haven, I think, and he dropped like 7.
Oh.
Like it was.
Well, it's that one's not really a jet map, so.
I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair.
Either way, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Good player though.
Yeah. I enjoy watching him play when he's popping off. It's really enjoyable. But I know I have not been recently, and Mr. Riskii over here has been able to see the what is happening to me currently.
Hey, you have an update though about your setup?
Oh,
Oh.
I do have a mouse now.
Yeah.
An actual mouse.
actual mouse.
What were you using before?
Okay, so I need to show you the setup so you
Okay.
can understand this. We're gonna have to like link this picture at some point when we post one of these episodes, cause like
Yeah, if
I don't-
Is this a common topic?
I guess on the Google Drive link.
it's come up at least once or
Whenever
twice
you
at this
talk about
point.
Valorant and Tyler playing Valorant, it comes up.
It comes
Okay.
up because it's funny.
So a lot.
So very often, yes, because we heard the Valorant cast.
Yeah. I'm trying to find this fucking picture and I can't
I will say
find it.
while you're trying to find this picture. Speaking of Toto, he was
This is
he was supposed to be on my Club Rocket League team, right?
Really?
And
I used
I
the
kid you
laptop
not, we
keyboard,
got the team,
and
and
that's
I'm
a
not gonna
$10 Microsoft Bluetooth mouse.
I'm not gonna
That's
blame
not a terrible setup.
I'm not gonna blame Dutch for it,
I've
I'm
seen
not-
worse.
but
It's not good though.
Right, but
I can't play Valorant and also be in a Discord call through the Discord app. I have to use Discord through the browser because the Bluetooth, it can't handle speaking and listening to two different things at once. So it just breaks.
that's
nice.
Yeah.
that's yeah.
and
That's something.
And then Mr. Dutch came in clutch last night.
Yeah, man.
Last night.
At 12 o'clock, sent me a message.
Yeah.
Like midnight, sent me a message and was like, "Hey, you gonna be up for like another 30 minutes? I'm gonna bring a present over. Ask me where I live." And I was like, I mean, I'm not falling asleep, but sure.
And it was the mouse.
Man's fucking shows up. He wrapped it in paper, like fucking
Like just printer
notebook
paper?
Printer paper?
No, notebook
Notebook
paper.
paper.
Oh, okay.
Fucking wrote on it, "Merry Christmas. may contain drugs, hands it over, fucking bikes back to his dorm. I get to my room, I open it up, and I'm like, there's no fucking shot. It's his mouse case or mouse box, I'm assuming, because it wasn't the same mouse inside.
Okay.
I opened it up, and it was Luca's mouse that he had shown me the other, like, literally the day prior.
Okay, for some context, we were getting ready for production for IM Grand Finals. The Spectator PC didn't have a mouse because James stole it for the esports lounge for some reason. Anyways, we were like scrounging around for a mouse in the room. James went to go look for one. Luca's like, "Oh, I have a mouse in my bag." Pulls out a spare G Pro wireless he just has in his bag. It's like, I never used this. I want to get rid of this for years. And then puts it out. We use it on the PC, and then Tyler starts using it. And I'm pretty sure we were like, "Oh, this is pretty nice. Like, it's a pretty good mouse." And then Luca's like, "If you want it, like, I'll like $20 or something." And then you were like, I don't know. I don't have a dongle for it. And then I'm pretty sure Dutch just remembered that. And then like
He did.
the night after was just like, "Hey, Luca, you need that mouse still though? Like, come on."
So now I just have a decent mouse for my setup.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
still don't have a keyboard.
Yeah, you got the laptop keyboard. So,
Yeah. I ordered a keyboard. It's at home. It's waiting for me.
That's good.
I'm gonna just have to get a better dongle than what I currently have because I only have one USB-A port.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's got a G Pro wireless. He's on the up and up.
I'm on the up and up. Still can't get out of Silver 1, but
Hey,
it's Silver 2. Here you come. New keyboard and mouse.
he gets so
Changes
close to
everything.
silver too. Like,
I was 5 RR off last night.
Oh.
You gotta keep
Proceeds
you
to
gotta keep
lose
pinging me.
2 in a row and drop down to 36 RR.
No, but you got that.
I want to die.
You gotta ping me, dude. You can play together.
I was playing with Dutch.
I know. You guys didn't say anything to
Well,
me,
you
bro.
were offline on Discord, I think, when that was happening. It was
You were
like
playing Six Siege, I think.
No, you were.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
that was
earlier.
probably right.
This was at like 1 a.m. last night.
Yeah, I was playing Siege.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, what were you saying while we were still looking for the picture?
Oh, yeah. So, speaking of Toto, by the way, he was supposed to be on my Club Rocket League team.
What the fuck?
It was like me, Toto, and Gavin, right? I think is that dude's name. I forget what his gamer tag is, but pretty much nothing happened. Like, we got our team, not one message like sent between any of us.
Wait, is that like the only Club Rocket League team? Or was that like one of the few Club Rocket teams?
There was 2. The second one was the one that AJ was on, and he was telling me that they were doing tournaments and stuff. So,
But yours just did nothing?
no, and I'm not gonna blame Dutch, but
But
he didn't
But-
really tell us what to do. So,
well, because he was Rocket League games coordinator this
yeah, I
semester,
know.
right?
Yeah, he was. But
What, Tyler?
he was
I just find
busy.
it so
He's
funny.
also head of broadcast. I'm not gonna
Well, yeah, I think didn't he stepped out from that position because it was like kind of too much?
what Rocket League games coordinator.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because I don't think he's doing it next semester.
Well, he's away.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
so-
he's away, but I'm saying like after that. Even I don't know. I could be wrong.
But real quick, how did it kind of feel? Because I know obviously you were on that club team, but going from the sub for varsity to now being a full-time starter, or were the full-time starter for the rest of this semester. I'm not sure what next semester is going to look like for you, but at least for this semester, how did that kind of feel? Moving up.
It was definitely validating. Like, it gave me some sort of validation, from a mental standpoint. At least in tryouts, the way it worked was they had you would play a few matches and then they broke it down to the final 6. I was not in the final 6, and I was beyond devastated. Not gonna lie. So I reached out to Jen, Fancy Tuna. Shout out, Jen. And I was like, yeah, since it's kind of confirmed that I'm not on the team, how do I start casting with the Forge? And she was like, I don't know how much I can tell you, but I'll be real with you here. There's definitely a chance that you're going to be a sub on this team. And I was like, okay, that's better than not being on the team, but it's not exactly where I wanted to be. So pretty much I just kept grinding on my own. And then when it came time for me to play, I actually ended up doing pretty well. We biggest highlight was me subbing in. We took a game off Akron. That was pretty good.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
And that was
I think I watched that game on stream.
I wonder what happened after we won that game.
We don't have to talk about that. All right. It's Akron. You won one.
Okay.
You got your one.
No. That's not what I mean.
What do you mean?
The clip.
Oh, the clip. Yeah, that was.
Oh, the clip. That's where that clip is
That's
from?
where the clip
first
is from.
time on stream,
Oh.
first time playing varsity.
So for anybody that doesn't know about this, there's a certain clip out there by the title of Riskii Getting Frisky.
Yeah, shout out Dutch for the cast. That was
Where-
spot on.
Riskii proceeds to make questionable hand motions around
I'm
his
gonna try to
facial
find
area following the victory over Akron. Some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie,
I'm surprised I
'Cause-
didn't get like yelled at or anything. I was so scared.
because to be honest, I had never heard of you prior to that clip. But the second that clip started going around, I was like, "Who is this guy?" And then I actually met you, and it all lines up perfectly. It makes complete sense in my brain.
Well, you're the one that clipped it too. That's crazy.
Me?
No.
Or- oh wait,
Riskii
you
was.
clipped it yourself?
Yeah, because I thought it was hilarious. I was doing it off street because they didn't see this, but Bryce goes over to Marcus and he goes like literally like that, and like that's so I did this, and I didn't realize they were showing us.
I
So
sent the link to you, but yeah, I was telling James like we should get like a on screen like light or something so the players know that they're on cam when so stuff like that doesn't keep
yeah,
happening.
for real.
But I mean that might be hard to set up. But I mean I'm assuming like if you did the transition or like when you press the scene in the stream deck you could probably make it so it also like sends a signal to something. But I don't know how to make that work.
Yeah, James had said that there was a way for him to set it up, but that would just be a pain in the ass, basically.
I mean, I also have like my like I know some people. I know Bryce doesn't like the Discord overlay, but I do have it on. So like, if they were to ping me, like I would see it.
Yeah, the thing is we try our best just to let you guys do your own thing. Like all of our stuff should be background noise,
Right, that's fair.
essentially. That
That's
you
fair.
don't pay attention to, you don't hear us, you don't see us until either before or after.
Mm,
Everything when you guys are actually playing, we should not exist
okay.
in your brain, essentially. Obviously, sometimes that's for the worse, but it's funny.
It is kind of funny. It's kind of a candid moment, but like it could have been worse.
No,
to
it
be
could have
fair.
been a lot
It
worse.
could have been a lot worse, but like it was still funny. I don't think anyone got in trouble.
No.
Okay, I wasn't gonna make any assumptions, but yeah. I mean, it's all good, all fun.
Shout out Jen.
Yeah.
Shout out Jen. Always shout out Jen. Bro.
Always
Yeah,
shout
bro.
out Jen.
Jen's like the goat.
Jen is not like the goat.
She is the goat.
Jen
goat.
is the goat. My bad.
That's why she's the goat.
So I know that we've primarily been focusing on Riskii here, but how has like your club Overwatch experience been? Because I've heard a lot of mixed things from different club like sections, because I know Valorant, like some teams have been really good in terms of like making sure stuff gets done. Other teams have been a little bit all over the place. Obviously Rocket League, just one team didn't do anything the entire semester. How did that kind of go over with Overwatch? Because I didn't really hear much from you guys.
Yeah. So there's a collegiate circuit for Overwatch, but by the time club tryouts happen, like signups for that, long gone.
You gotta
So
love
we would have had
Miami.
to do like there are a couple of Blizzard events, but we just didn't sign up for those. And I doubt we would have gotten far either, but mainly we really only just scrimmed. At least my team. So just practicing for like nothing.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I had fun.
What role do you play?
Tank.
You,
Well,
s-
I can play like all of them, but my main role is definitely tank.
you give off tank energy. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. You just seem chill. You seem like the Rock, if
Mhm.
that makes sense. What tank specifically?
Oh, any of them but Doomfist and Wrecking Ball.
Base.
Fuck Doom and Wrecking
Wait,
Ball.
well,
I
and
love
base.
ball. Ball is so
and
fun.
and New
Well,
Hog.
ball's kind of fun.
I could play Old Hog, but New Hog, the projectile. I just don't understand the projectiles yet.
New Hog looks kind of funny though with the trap one shot.
Yeah, I think it just makes it, I don't know, less interesting because
Yeah.
it's like, but most of the tanks are like managing resources. Really, it's just managing cooldowns and like knowing when to use or take a breather and your hook for the best timing. That was pretty interesting to me. But now it's just throw down your trap whenever and hope you hook.
Yeah.
Hope you hook someone, and then you can't die because you got a resource meter on your heel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not really prominent in the meta now, but
I'm
yeah.
not sure if anybody wants a Hog meta again though.
No.
Don't get me
I
wrong.
don't
Hey,
think so.
I
Cameron
love-
does. Cameron does.
Cameron does. Yeah.
I love playing Hog. Hog's fun to play, but God, I never want him to be meta again.
He's a quick play only hero.
He's one of those that you can like fuck around for a bit when you're like stomping the other team, but
Mhm.
the second it starts going south, you're like, I'm getting off Hog.
Right,
Yeah.
especially because they can just switch to pretty much any other tank and you're useless.
Yeah. Like right now, like I think the one that I keep seeing as like being the best overall tank is like Sigma right now, right? Or is it kind of like up in the air between a few?
It's kind of, especially with the new hero, Maga. Shout out. He's
Yeah.
fun. He's super fun to play, unless there's another Maga in which you're just
Dumping bullets.
pressing E and then hoping your team does more damage to the to their Maga than they do to you. So I could really see it being Sigma or not. I feel like they changed something. I haven't read the patch notes. I haven't played comp this season.
Fair
but,
enough.
I haven't touched
Um,
it either, so.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I would assume it's pretty much the same because I don't think they really touched any tanks from last season.
As long as supports get nerfed.
Oh yeah,
We're
no,
chilling.
that's still a problem.
Still,
There's still a problem.
Brig
They
is
still,
so OP.
'cause
Supports are the most fun to play though for me.
supports
Yeah, I only
may
play
be fun
support.
to play for the support players, but the tank players,
Oh yeah.
we suffer
What do
whenever
you mean, wait,
supports
you don't
are
play
good.
tank, do you?
I'm a tank man whenever I
Really?
do play. Yeah,
I saw you said you're DPS.
I play DPS and tank primarily. The thing is, I
Okay.
play controller, so I can't really
Mhm.
play DPS all
Yeah.
that well. So I play tank,
Yeah, that's fair.
and tank is fun. Unless the supports are just constantly fucking debuffing your ass and you can't do anything.
true.
That's a big thing with Maga is like if there's an Ana
Honest,
and like I don't know who's another character that has a debuff.
Ana, Zen,
I mean-
Ana, if there's an Ana and Zen, if you get anti-nated,
you're just
slap
dead.
discorded, you're dead.
You just die instantly.
Maga
I'm a-
also has like one of the biggest hitboxes in the game, so it's really easy to get hit by all of those things.
I saw a clip just earlier today where a guy was playing Winston on, I think it was like Junkertown or something like that, was trying to jump in against the Zen team and
Mhm.
was at 490.
Yeah, so pretty
Jumps
much
in
max.
literally right above them, fucking insta dies in like 0.5 seconds because
Yeah.
of Zen Discord plus just getting fucking damage dumped. It's so bad.
I mean, it's a balancing act. Obviously, because
Yeah.
you know
I
it's
mean,
called balance.
They're never gonna get it right. Like
I feel like there is if they
Overwatch has had some like beautiful moments where the
Right.
game feels very good on all ends.
there was a time in like I want to say 2021 in like December, everything was perfect. Legitimately one of the best metas ever. You could play anyone on any hero, and it was just fun. But now they have too much burst damage, and because of that, they have too much burst healing. So now no one dies, or they die super fast.
Yeah, basically. And then the supports just don't die ever.
Period. Yeah.
Which is really funny because if anybody should be dying on the team first, should like
Mhm.
ideally be either tank or support, but nowadays it's never the support.
Yeah. I mean it's like you don't want any of the one like roles to get targeted the most, but because if you change it too much, then the supports are going to be on respawn timer unless they're like constantly healing themselves. But
it's always just a very shitty balancing act.
Right.
I hate having.
You
to
know what
waste
would be a
coins.
good idea is if there was another hero that could help the supports if they were being targeted. I don't know how that would work. Maybe they would add a 6th player, but
It's
I'm
wild.
talking crazy.
Oh,
It's
wow.
wild.
Oh.
It's almost as if having 2 tanks, you
was
know.
better.
Yeah, but at this point, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not getting changed.
it's not changing.
Also, fuck double barrier. I don't
Oh, no.
care. I don't want that back. At least the Orisa, like, if they were to, change it, it would have to be like fucking Rhine Sig
Mm-hmm.
for double barrier, which doesn't sound like a great comp to me.
There was a point in time when there was being run, and it was silly.
For
It
a
was really
bit,
silly.
but it wasn't like. It was really only if you had a Bastion on your team on like fucking payload or something like that you would run
Yeah.
that. But I used to be an Orisa player too when she
Ryan's sick
was.
Ryan's sick and Bastion on payload sounds like hell to play
Oh,
against.
no.
That's
Nah,
not so
you
bad.
know what the true hell was? Sigma, Orisa, Bastion, fucking Lunar, 2CP, Overwatch 1.
Like before Orisa rework?
Yeah.
Before Orisa rework, you would
Yeah.
just sit up above first point, fucking double barrier the Bastion, Mercy damage boost his ass.
Can do anything.
Nobody could stop it.
To be fair, before the rework, I did play Orisa whenever I played tank.
Oh, so did I.
Yeah.
Orisa was fun.
I
She was
honestly
fun to
forget
play.
what she was like. It's been so long.
It's been a long
Like,
time.
She was basic as hell, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Supercharger was funny though,
Supercharger
because you
was
would throw it down and it would either get blocked off or like immediately destroyed.
What was her old ultimate again? I kind of forget.
Supercharger.
It was
like damage
Oh,
boost.
she
Supercharger?
would put down the fucking pylon that would like damage boost everyone on your
Oh,
team.
yeah, I remember now.
I just find it funny how, like you said, there were like 99% of the time it wouldn't get value.
Mhm.
But there was also that 1% of the time where all of a sudden the entire enemy team just dies out of nowhere and everyone goes, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
and the Orisa goes, oh yeah, I put down my ult, and everyone just looks over and was like, that got value? What the fuck?
Orisa was a silly character back in the day.
Only Orisa was still
She's-
silly in the same way.
Right.
Now she's
Nah,
silly in a different way.
It's so funny because like
Spear.
if you're doing good, if you're doing good on like any tank, and like you're just shitting on the other team, even in quick play, tanks immediate move go to Orisa.
Go to Orisa.
And it's like, okay, dude, like, God forbid we have fun in a quick play match. It's never that serious.
Because she's easy.
Right. It's
And Spear cancels ultimates. I'm sorry for trying to play Reaper and Death Blossom in your backline. Fuck
something
off.
that I find very funny about Maga is that there have been several times where Reaper point blank Death Blossom. I press my E. It gives an aura around me if my teammates are in it when I activate. That is basically lifesteal. So you do damage, you get heals based on how much damage you're doing. And so I use it and I just kill him. It's happened several times where he kills like one person and then I hold M1 and he dies. It's so funny. Maga is super fun
God.
though. He's kind of unbalanced right now. I feel like he might be too strong.
Really? Because everything I've been seeing is that he's.
Well, he
Kinda
just got
mediocre.
Buffed. He just got buffed.
Oh, he just got buffed?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. I might be
Like
completely
how recently
wrong.
did he
then.
get buffed?
like with the update,
Yeah,
because
the
Oh,
release.
okay.
Because
when-
there was like a free weekend.
yeah, when
There was a free
the
weekend,
when
yeah.
BlizzCon was, he was in the game for like a day or two, and he wasn't that great.
Yeah, he just kind of got ran over by everything.
Yeah.
Still does if he had the right stuff, but it's significantly harder, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, you seem to play a good amount of Overwatch. And
Yeah.
Mr. Rocket League over here. What other games do you guys kind of like enjoy playing? I know that we had mentioned like Siege and Valve for you, Riskii, but what kind of like got you into playing games competitively in the first place? I guess, or whichever one of those two questions you would
Mhm.
prefer to answer.
Okay.
Let's do other games that we play first, and then
Okay. Yeah. Other games that I play. Besides Rocket League is my main game. I play a lot of Overwatch, Siege. I mean, and Valorant when we do intramural and stuff like that. Queued with you like a few days ago.
Dabbles in Val, attempts to try and get me into silver, and we still cannot climb.
Besides that, nothing much else.
So are we talking like specifically competitive games or
Anything.
I mean, just anything.
Anything.
Okay. Well, Overwatch, obviously. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite because of the new season.
It's
So you played any of the live service modes that are also added? Like Lego racing?
Rocket racing.
I've not played Rocket Racing. I've heard it's
Rescue looks like he's ready to run.
I've heard it's pretty bad though.
Okay, I've heard other things from Mr. Owam that is not that bad.
Oh,
Mr. Owam said that it would be good if there were power-ups, but because there's no power-ups, it's kind of bad.
He said if there were Rumble power-ups in the game, it would be better than Mario Kart, which I think is kind of crazy.
there's no way. There's no way.
Mr. Riskii over here is looking questioning.
Okay, you need to take everything Oam says with a grain of salt.
You wouldn't say. At this point, I have a fucking bag of salt just next to me whenever I talk to him. Like,
let's see. Overwatch, Fortnite, Destiny 2 is a big one.
oh no!
Was a big one.
Don't get him started. Don't get him started on Destiny 2.
Don't get me started.
I've been waning especially with the layoffs. Don't want to support the game. Ran by a bunch of money. It's a really unfortunate situation over at Bungie because it's like, the devs want to make the game the best it can be. They're bringing ideas, but they just can't get them through. Apparently, that's because there were layoffs at Bungie because there's a clause in the PlayStation contract when they were bought out that Sony would take control if they reached a certain dip in projected revenues. So I'm assuming it's less than the 45% from this past year. But
oh yeah, because they did make no money basically this year.
Right.
Damn.
So wait, you think it's PlayStation or Sony?
No, it's the Bungie execs that
are laying people off to try and
to avoid getting fully taken over by Sony.
Because right now they're kind of like their own thing. It's like I don't think there's really another situation like it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Bungie is.
I still don't really know why Sony bought them. What does that gain
to make live service games? But it's like you see, pretty much the only successful live service games are Fortnite, and that's because it's really simple concept, really simple upkeep, and you just make a shit ton of money off of all the cosmetics.
I mean, Destiny's been doing well as a live service for a pretty good period of time at this point, up until recently.
Well, I think the reason why it's not expanding more than it probably could be compared to Fortnite is just because it's so dependent on paid DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue though was once Beyond Light came out, and they started removing content, to make way for new stuff without really
replacing that old stuff.
Yeah, because getting rid of what they got rid of is just wild to me. Is Last Wish gone or no?
No, it's still
there.
in the game.
But still,
so they got rid of
all of the Leviathan,
Red War, all the Red War content up until the Forsaken campaign. The only thing that stayed was Dreaming City and Last Wish. So there's really no good entry point in Destiny right now, and it also costs $300 to get everything in the game, which is completely and utterly ridiculous, especially the quality of content back in Shadowkeep. That, it's a bad expansion. It should not be full price still. I
came into the game towards the middle to end of Shadowkeep was when I started playing Destiny. So I started playing, and I raided for the first time on Leviathan, and I loved it.
Right.
Leviathan is my favorite raid of all time. I've played every raid up until Beyond Light's raid. I didn't play that one because the grind was fucking ridiculous in Beyond Light's campaign.
Yeah, the grind to get aspects is still
Like,
there.
The fact that I couldn't play just the campaign to play the campaign
Mm-hmm.
turned me completely off of Destiny.
Which is a shame because it's not the best expansion, but it's definitely the best story that's ever been in Destiny, and that's the Witch Queen. Like, it had like marginal additions outside of the campaign, but I wasn't planning on it. But I got home from school that day when it came out. I was already really excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I guess we'll see how far it is. I stayed up about like 11 hours or however long the campaign is. I did it in one sitting
Yeah.
just because of how fantastic it was. And then going into Lightfall, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this in one sitting.
Nah.
6 hours later, I finished it, and I'm like, what?
So I actually saw a good amount from the Witch Queen campaign about like how good it was. I haven't seen anything like that for Lightfall.
Oh, that's
I haven't
because
seen literally anything from the campaign. I have no clue what it's even about.
Yeah, Lightfall has like 20% positive reviews on Steam right now.
Yeah, it's really all over the place. Bungie can like say that, oh, it was always meant to be separate, but at some point in time in production, Lightfall and the final shape become two separate things. Because originally it was going to be Witch Queen or Lightfall, Witch Queen Lightfall, but now it's Witch Queen Lightfall final shape, which just got delayed. And there's a pretty obvious like split in which, in the opening cutscene, right, the Witness opens the portal in the Traveler, and then we go off to Neptune, and then we see at the end of the campaign we see the Witness go into the Traveler, and it's like it's pretty like seamless cutscene right there, which would have been a pretty fast thing done in development. So the idea is that it was originally one campaign that got split in two, and I don't think that they've confirmed that.
Yeah, they probably won't confirm it even if it is true, just
Right.
because you don't want to confirm to your fans that you fucked up.
Same with like Strand not being released with Witch Queen. There's the idea that
Yeah, I did see
there's a
that.
lot
That
of like
was-
thematic like relevance with Strand and Witch Queen, and a big problem with Lightfall is it's half of it's a Strand tutorial where you don't even get to use 90% of it.
Yeah. I don't know, Destiny's kind of after the end of Shadowkeep going into Beyond Light just kind of like got rid of so much content that I enjoyed that it wasn't worth me staying anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like getting rid of Scourge, getting rid of all of the Leviathan ones, like those were all of those, like my two favorite raids were Leviathan based,
Mm-hmm.
actual Leviathan, and then can't remember the name of it. It was
Crown of Sorrow,
no, not Crown. It was
Spire of Stars.
Spire. I loved Spire. It was fun to do. It wasn't that hard. Or
Yeah.
people made it sound way harder than it was.
Released, it was pretty hard.
On release, I know it was like hella difficult, but I didn't play on release, obviously. But when I went back and did it, it was definitely more challenging than like Leviathan, but still fast enough that you could do it in a reasonable amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, there's some shit that you're just never getting done with an LFG.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't have a group of friends to play with. Like, I tried to finish the fucking Garden of Salvation raid with an LFG. We got to the final boss. You ain't doing that shit with people you don't know.
Oh no, for sure. I mean, I've done it a couple times. I just don't really like the raid, and the loot's not that good. So when I did it with my brother, who got me into Destiny. And it was like it was all right. Some people have, like, in the one LFG group that I did it with, there was someone with like 3,000 carries on Garden, and I'm like,
what the
what?
fuck?
I understand. I mean, like, I'm assuming most of that is like div runs.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only reason nowadays that you ever play
to
Garden
get
is
the
for
benefit.
div.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we're ranting on
Right.
D2
okay.
here for way too
Anyways, I was games that I play: Overwatch, Fortnite, Destiny. A new game that just came out, the finals.
Hell yeah.
Oh
Have you played the
my
No.
God.
Why haven't you played the finals?
dude!
It's so
it
much
is
fun.
legitimately one of the best first-person shooters that I have ever played.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but it's
Dude,
one of the
it's-
better ones that's come out for a minute.
Yeah.
I'd watch somebody play.
It's definitely worth
It
checking it
seemed-
out.
I don't know. It seemed kind of
adore it.
complicated, but I could be wrong.
They just need to keep the update cycle going. I could see it becoming like like maybe not like a big esport, but like there could definitely be a scene for that.
Mhm.
Yeah. The thing is, like, so the game itself, I don't think is gonna, like, I don't know. It feels weird because I obviously want the game to do well because it's fun.
Mhm.
I enjoy playing it a lot. But the balancing is so fucked up right now.
Yeah,
Like-
medium's just the best class.
Dude,
Dude,
medium isn't.
I think heavy is the
Medium-
best class.
AKM. Dude.
AKM is good.
AKM recon senses. Oh
Light's the most fun to
my
play.
God.
Medium is pretty good too, but heavy is so boring. But I feel like it's just like light. Like for a light build to kill a heavy build, you have to hit every single bullet in your magazine. It's like crazy.
Mhm.
As two light players here, I play light, Trae plays light. It is hell to play against heavies. Like
Oh, yeah.
you can't do anything against it basically.
I think they need to
because
like lower the health maybe a little
Yeah.
bit, not that much, but
Because don't they have like 250 health?
I think it's
something
like
that.
300.
300. Yeah.
It's like I straight up have had spots where I've dumped the entirety because I've been running the MP5, not the Mac 10,
Mhm.
just because it's more consistent at
Yeah.
mid range. I will put the entirety of a Mac 10 mag straight or words MP5 mag straight into his fucking center mass.
Mm-hmm.
35 bullets, doesn't kill. Proceeds to turn around, two tap me basically.
Yeah.
Like I've straight up gone from like 3/4 health to dead instantly because of a fucking RPG.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is that on cooldown? Why is like a
I think RPG is if they tune it to where it does less damage to players. Because I would imagine they would want it to be rather be a destruction tool. Because that kind of seems like Heavy's whole thing is just
Yeah.
to destroy the
Because
environment.
can it like one shot lights on a direct hit?
it can.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
That's happened to me before.
they should just lower the damage
Although
to players.
so do mines. So do explosive mines.
Mines
Sometimes
are
I've
mines are
thrown
annoying.
the mines out and it hits them and they blow up and it's so funny.
Yeah, but the mines I feel like are a little bit like you fall
Mhm.
into it, that's your fault.
Yeah.
Well, if you throw it like, how long does it take to detonate? Because if I like threw it like right at someone close range, could it just one shot then?
Yeah. Well,
Really?
it depends on like
It-
eight one shots lights.
There's like a set time before it
Yeah,
like
there's
is
like a-
armed. And
Because like you just become like TF2 demo man if it just
Mhm.
insta like.
It's,
Yeah.
it's not
blows up.
insta.
Okay.
But it also does self damage and there are times
mhm.
where I've thrown it and there's a couple people in front of me and they walk into it and I get blown up too.
Nice.
I mean, anyways, it's like there's a couple balancing things that they need to work out, which I hopefully they will, because from the beta, or the beta, which I played in, I think it's a better game than it was. There are people saying, "Oh, you move slower." I don't really feel that at all.
I thought I read somewhere that the movement speed was slower, but it wasn't intentional on the final release.
They
but-
said it
They
was just
did-
they changed the base FOV.
They changed the base FOV from whatever it was down to fucking 70, I think.
Yeah, I
so
have that shit cranked.
I maxed my FOV as soon as I
did
could.
too.
But I mean, I play a light class, and I never played the beta, so I don't really notice it.
Hmm.
I played the beta a little bit. I think overall it's more fun. But I do notice the movement I could tell is a little less fluid. But like overall, I think it's more fun.
I also think they need to tune down destruction just a teeny bit, because like back in the beta, you like rarely saw a building fall down in its entirety, but now it's like every cash out, the building's getting blown up. There's no two ways about it, which I think there's like it's definitely like cool to see it, and it's like this is a really cool like concept where you have to always be moving and aware of your surroundings, but I think not being able to like just sit still for a couple minutes, that's like because you're already moving back and forth across the map for most of the game. I think it'll slow it down just a little bit.
Some of the spawns, god
Oh
damn.
yeah, I've been getting
Yeah.
like 300 meter
yeah,
spawns,
it's fucking
and it's like
ridiculous, man.
by the time we get to the cash out, we have to team wipe two other teams, or we lose. And it's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah. I don't know how to calculate spawns, but I don't know. I feel like out of all the available spawns, you should be like at least 200 meters within a cash out station or something.
Yeah, my big thing is like don't get me wrong, if my team gets team wiped, we deserve a penalty.
Right.
But the penalty shouldn't be the 20-second or whatever it is respawn timer, which is like already a third to half of a cash out,
Right.
plus 300 meters away. Where
Mhm.
at that point, we maybe get there with like 10 to 15 seconds to spare. So we have to win a fight and then instantly hop on cash out, assuming there's no one else there. Seems kind of scuffed, IMO.
Have you guys played the tournament mode at all?
I have. The respawn tokens really fucking annoy me.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because it's like kind of like the way that I see it is like cash out or quick cash and whatever the other one is.
Bank it.
Yeah,
Bank
bank
it.
it, or like the funsies arcade quick play type of thing, and then tournament is like unranked where you like get ready to play ranked.
But also 60 rounds to play ranked tournament is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's more than six. It's like 90.
Is it 90?
Yeah, it's 12 to get into tournaments, and then it's like
it's crazy. I think that's a little too much, honestly. Like I get like having to prepare players for ranked, but like even like Valorant, like in terms of hours to play, like that's not that high. Like
Yeah.
nearly as high.
My big thing though is like tournament completely incentivizes like you running light classes, because light classes die so quick that you're basically gonna have to be getting res so often, and say your teammates can't get to you. Well, you only have 2 res tokens. If you use that within the first 2 rounds, you're just fucked. Basically, if you're in a spot that like they can't get to. Like the other day, I didn't have a res token. I was on a cash out, and because of how the floor had broken, my team could not get up to me to res me. So I was just sat there watching, and literally I sat there for like 3 or 4 minutes, right? Something like that. And I was just complaining the entire fucking time because I couldn't do anything.
I think
if they make it like oh, it's not like a consumable respawn token. It's like you use it and it shortens your respawn timer instead of like canceling you out of respawning. It should just be like a longer respawn.
Or like the one mode in Splitgate. That's kind of similar. It's 3v3. Every time you die, you don't have to spend a respawn token, but like your respawn time gets exponentially bigger. It goes like from 5 seconds to 8 seconds to 15 seconds to like
I would like
30
that.
seconds to 60 seconds.
Yeah, and like the tokens could be to like counteract that.
Maybe you have like
So,
2 instant respawns, but like you still respawn. It just exponentially gets larger every time you die.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I think that would work. Relative, especially with how the final seems to play.
Yeah.
Overall, I would like that system over what we currently have. It
It's also-
feels shitty.
It's also like it's been out for 4 days.
Yeah.
So
no, it hasn't
there's-
been out for long.
Yeah.
So
They just need to get the balancing right quickly, or else a lot of players will just leave because it's too frustrating. But I think they definitely have something special here, and I just hope they don't lose their player base too fast.
Right. Pretty much every day, at least on Steam, they've had a minimum 100,000 players playing
Yeah,
like every
it's a
time,
lot.
except for like during the night.
Yeah.
But that's just like kind of crazy because I don't know any other game that's done that really.
Yeah. Anyways, Riskii, earlier you said you had some words to say about Rocket Racing. I don't know if you want to share them now or.
I mean, I know you were talking about Bungie with the layoffs. I guess that kind of segues into what I was gonna talk about. So yeah, this game called Rocket League, right? It's my favorite game, a game that I've dedicated over almost 3,000 hours to. Up until free to play, which is when Epic bought out Psyonix.
There's more players than COD? Sorry. We're looking at the final current player count.
yeah,
Currently, the finals has 160,000 players, and Call of Duty has 125,000.
Yeah, like that's just crazy.
it's almost as if making a
that
bad
is-
game from Call of Duty leads to other games.
Well, and
doing
that is the
well.
Call of Duty hub, which means Modern Warfare 2, Warzone, and Modern Warfare 3 player count combined.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Sorry.
Oh yeah, so pretty much for the last I'd say pretty consistently over the last 2 years, we just get no information on like pretty much anything. There was a leak because currently Rocket League is run off Unreal Engine 3, and
Really?
of course,
That old?
yes, exactly.
Damn.
3?
Yeah, Unreal
Three
Not
is
Engine.
even
crazy.
4.
Not even
What?
4.
No, and then there was a leak of a job posting that said Rocket League Unreal Engine 5, and everyone was like super pumped, like we're gonna finally get Unreal
And it
Engine
was
5,
Rocket Racing.
and it was for Rocket Racing.
Oh my god.
So, and not only that, with the release of Rocket Racing, they removed a core part of the actual Rocket League game, which was player trading. Some people, like, there was probably like maybe like a sixth of the community
I think
that
it
like
was,
played the game strictly for trading. Like
I
that
don't
was
know.
what they
I
did.
think it was probably higher than a 6. I think it was probably closer to a 4th or a 3rd or something like that. Like, if you've just looked at like fucking John Sandman, like
Yeah,
the
poor
amount
guy.
of
I feel
the
so
amount of
bad.
views he used to get with like trading videos, but even before trading videos with crates, but obviously that all went to
What is
Mhm.
what is trading in Rocket League? You
So,
just, like,
so
trade
trading
skins?
items like wheels and stuff.
Oh, okay.
so you know like, Counter Strike.
CS
Yeah.
It's just
It's
like
ju-
that.
okay.
Pretty much.
And they got rid of that.
Yeah, they just got rid of it.
That's
And their
crazy.
excuse was, they're doing the thing with Rocket Racing where it's like if you have a car, it like transfers over.
It's like cross game progression or something.
Yeah,
It's-
like something stupid like that. I will never. I didn't play OG Fortnite, and that was kind of like my boycott thing. The same way I will never touch Rocket Racing. I'm not gonna do that.
yeah, I mean, initial player counts were like kind of high for that. Well, I think Lego Fortnite was at like 2.5 mil players at one point.
Yeah.
Rocket Racing was like close to a millish. I think the lowest was Fortnite Festival with like 600,000, but that's still a lot.
What is even Fortnite Festival?
It's a rhythm game.
It's a rhythm game. It's like
Oh.
it's like Rock Band pretty much.
Yeah.
I know The Weeknd was like the main artist, but they got like Kendrick Lamar, like
Mhm.
a Kendrick Lamar song in there. They got like Weezer. I don't know. It's like a bunch of random ass bands and stuff.
Well, the thing is like the tracks are in the shop. Otherwise, you have to. They're like 500 V-bucks each.
But you have to
You
buy
have to
the
buy
track.
them,
They're-
or
they're-
they're on a rotation.
They're on a free rotation, so the songs can all be free for the whole season. But if you want to keep playing them after the season, you have to buy them.
Mhm.
That fucking sucks. Ugh.
Well, I mean, it's probably just a licensing thing with artists and labels,
Probably.
but like still, it's
That
not
still
great.
sucks.
Yeah, but I think if you buy them, you do you get them as like a music track, like in the lobby of BR?
I have no idea.
Because that'd be sick, but I don't know.
I'm not gonna buy one of those. $5.
I'd only
or-
buy the Kendrick Lamar song if I was gonna buy one. I
The
haven't
thing
played it.
is, like, on top of that, obviously all the all the tracks have to be clean.
Yeah.
So that really limits like who they can kind of add, and even like Kendrick, I know they
It was
obviously
like it was pretty butchered. Like
It's-
there were like kind of a lot of spells where it was like
yeah.
kind of
yeah.
however they did it. It was like they kind of like muted the track, and it was like
Yeah, because for the reason that the Kendrick Lamar song they chose was like "I" off of "To Pimp a Butterfly," which is like one of his more upbeat songs, which probably has like a little less stuff they have to censor, but still like I don't know.
It's kind of
Like-
like
I feel like you should like if I'm a Fortnite exec, I just think I choose "Humble" because I know that's a song that everyone knows.
Humble was in Rocket
yeah.
League.
Yeah,
But-
was it? Yeah, I thought I heard about
Yeah,
that.
it was in the item shop
I'm assuming
recently.
that was also like kind of butchered, or
I
no?
wasn't as sensitive.
I mean, it's like a goal anthem, so like if you score, it'll just say like,
so it's
be
only,
humble.
like,
Yeah, it's like
one clip of it.
yeah, it's just the chorus.
Mm. I don't know. Like, you could kind of. I was like with the Fortnite Festival stuff. Obviously, like some of those songs are gonna be hella butchered. Even if you just watch like the OG Fortnite event, where fucking Godzilla, when they went to Eminem's like
Yeah.
very fast rap part towards the end,
It was like
and it was like every third word was just completely like silent. Like they literally had to get rid of the word blood,
like that's crazy.
but they kept demons in, which was kind of funny to me. You take out blood, but you leave demon. Just
I think because in the context of demon, there it was like the bad things happening in your life. I think just based on context, it's arguable. But I mean, Fortnite's trying to be the most advertiser-friendly game like of all time because it's how they're making their money. It's not like necessarily from the gameplay itself; it's from brand partnerships at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So if they lose those because of like they let like an explicit song in without much filtering, then like they're leaving a lot of money on the table. Like,
Clearly it's working because I think they hit a new record with like 7 million plus concurrent players
Yeah,
the other
like,
day.
because of all the new live service games, they reached like a new player peak since they started releasing it publicly, and that was like even higher than the peak that they already got from Fortnite OG. Like it's bigger than it's ever been since it's been recorded, which I think it's been recorded since like early chapter 2.
Which the thing though is, I think we're gonna start seeing a drop off
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
because
Well, they're bringing OG back. I know that.
Well,
When-
that's like next year, sometime
Yeah.
next year.
and that I think it's not gonna be exactly the same because I think the director or something said like we know we can do it better, so it's gonna be like different.
Okay.
But like I don't know if that's gonna be like different bad or because they didn't touch all the seasons obviously. Like the earliest I went back was like season 5. But
you know what I want back? I want season 3 with fucking OG Dusty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I want season 4 with original Dusty Divot with the anti-grav crystals, not the
Okay.
fucking bullshit that happens afterwards where it's trees and all that. Then after that, I want the fucking volcano season back because that season was funny as hell.
season 8.
Yeah, season 8 was fun. Not good, fun. There's a difference.
I only played up to like season 6, and then I stopped, and then I came back for like OG, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, do you think they bring like the Thanos gauntlet back?
I hope they
That'd
do.
be crazy.
That was fun.
It kind of sucks, like all the stuff that they can't like bring as customizables, just because it was a
Brand
part of
partnerships.
like a LTM. Like you're telling me you can't get lightsabers as like the Star Wars characters?
Bro, I want
like,
them to bring like the old LTMs back so bad. Like I know those creative maps are basically the same thing, but I just want the old LTMs back.
Give me
please.
old 50v50.
50v50
those
food
were fun.
fight. Fucking
Oh, food fight. I forgot about that one.
there's the fucking one that was like hunting rifles and low gravity. I forget what it was called.
Oh, that was fun too.
It was like hunting rifles and it was like what's it called, like one shot or something? It was like hunting rifles, 50 health with no heals, and then low gravity.
Something like that.
Or it was bandages.
I want freaking the all gold back. I don't remember the name of it, but where all you
Oh yeah, where you all the
everything was
weapons-
gold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it was called solid gold.
Yeah, that was fun. Just to like fuck around with the OP shit for a while. Get your shit wrecked by the OP shit. I don't know.
It's so weird because they're like kind of full games being released within Fortnite, and it's like I don't know if this is gonna work.
Yeah, they're trying to turn this like into some like Web3 type shit where like Fortnite's a destination
Yeah.
for like all of these other games to live inside of.
It's just gonna get everything that they bring. It's just gonna get lost behind Battle Royale.
Riskii looks like he has some thoughts here.
You think Rocket Racing is here to stay?
It's
It's just like, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of having to go into Fortnite to play Rocket Racing.
Yeah, that's the big thing. It's like it's probably the biggest game other than GTA 5 that has ever existed, right? And then you're
well, I
placing
mean
a
Minecraft.
barrier.
But
Also, I will say, this new Rocket League competitive season, it came out like probably like a week ago. We didn't know anything about anything. We didn't know about season rewards until like 6 hours before it was supposed to drop.
damn.
What
And
the
all we
fuck?
got was grass on one of the maps and a dusk version of another one. That was the two things, and then the goal explosions are mediocre that we got for rewards. But
That's
Yeah, I don't know.
insane.
yeah, there was just there was something that came out that like pretty much 3/4 of the original Psionics group that made Rocket League has been laid off.
That sucks.
So is
Damn.
anybody still left at Psionics that was part of the original like Rocket League team?
Yeah,
at
it's
this
like
point?
it's like the main developers, which have been mainly focused on Rocket Racing.
Yeah. I mean, it's because
Jesus.
Epic Games is I don't know. The Rocket Racing is obviously more casual, and from like a money making standpoint, if you look at a casual game versus a more competitive game, the casual game is just gonna make more money because it'll be more appealing to more people. Because I mean, you can still play Rocket League casually, but it's much harder to get into than like a kart racer.
Right.
I know when I first started playing Rocket League, it was just me and a bunch of friends just fucking around. There were like one or two of us that started taking it seriously, but the rest of us just wanted to have fun. And I don't know, like I feel like it can be enjoyed casually with friends very well. I don't feel like it necessarily has to be this big competitive thing, but the thing is you have to get into it with friends. And nowadays I feel like there's almost like a stigma with Rocket League where it's kind of seen as like this hardcore grindy game that you have to spend, 20 million hours to be good and blah, 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 blah. As if there isn't like another way to have fun with it.
Right. I mean, there is. I mean, I'm a little bit. I guess my opinion's a little bit skewed considering how long I've played the game competitively. So, I definitely think just a lot more communication, like with us, needs to be had from Epic. Like, nothing really good, I feel like, has come out of Epic over the past few years. Like, ever since free to play. I just don't think it's been good.
I don't know. Seems like Epic's putting all their eggs in the Fortnite basket.
Yeah, right now.
So like I don't know if like Epic kind of like has
Also,
like given up on Rocket League or something.
Epic Games client sucks.
Oh,
I was going to say the Epic
yeah.
Games client at this point is basically like the WiiWare equivalent of like the modern age,
It's fine, but Steam is like so much better, just because it has all the social features and all of the sales and all of the games. Pretty much, games only like willingly go to Epic because of deals most of the time, or if they're like big releases.
I just don't even like know like what game would you buy on Epic that you wouldn't buy on Steam or can't buy.
Alan Wake 2.
Okay,
Now
so
you
that's
have to.
I would buy
get
Alan Wake
Rocket
2
League.
if it were not on the
some of them are
Epic Games
timed
Store.
exclusives, and like Rocket League and Fall Guys, you can only get on Epic Games now.
so that's 4 games that you would.
I know Final Fantasy VII Remake was a time exclusive on there as well.
But now it's
Payday 2, something like that.
Payday
Payday
3.
Payday
Payday
3.
Yeah.
If only Payday 3 was a
GTA
decent
5.
game.
Yeah. Did they ever fix it? Because
Well,
I
I got
thought it was
GTA 5
mostly
for
server
free.
issues.
I
on
haven't
Epic
heard
Games
anything
Launcher.
about it since it came out.
Yeah, I heard that they were having like mainly server issues. Other than that, it was fine, I guess.
Basically, there were so many bugs on release.
Oh, it was
and
buggy too.
It was buggy. The servers were fucked. Like a bunch of the party stuff didn't work. Apparently, like there was little to no progression system actually in place, and people were like, "Why would I play this when Payday 2 is better?"
Right. I wonder at what point will like consumers stop buying games that they hear are like unfinished, because it's getting kind of ridiculous the amount, like COD 3 to some extent, like even like Spider-Man 2, like that's unfinished. It's like it's getting to the point where it's like crazy how many games are being like marketed as a full release when really they should have an extra like 6-7 months in the oven.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't finished Spider-Man 2, excuse me, but I mean, I've played the beginning, and that game feels it's like fun. It seems like a good game to me. Probably, I would still say it's a great game, at least from the stuff that I've played. But I have read that the third act is kind of rushed, at least story wise.
I played it over Thanksgiving break. It was really fun, but it was missing a lot of the features that the first one had like 5 years ago.
Yeah, and the combat is like I'd say is like pretty worse. Not like bad or anything still, but like all of the like everything's replaced with like gadgets now or something, and it's like it's weird.
It's like there's an ability wheel. I had fun with the ability wheel at least, but I felt like because the reason that they changed from the gadget wheel to like the gadget, like the 4 gadgets in this game is like, oh, you could just one-shot everything with like a web bomb and a concussive burst, and it's like, well, now you use the web grabber and it just one-shots everything because it pulls in like objects and then they all do damage to the enemies. And it's
I mean, I don't know. They changed the combat too much. I like just bring Basically, they should just make like the first game and then add Miles Morales in. Like I don't know. Like I've been playing on like the hardest difficulty available to at launch, and I've only died like 3 times. Like it's still like not that hard at all.
Like I think that they should have like kept it. I think the reason why they released it is because Sony didn't really have anything else this year, and so they wanted it to like, hey, I mean, it made a shit ton of money. It sold like what 25 million copies.
Yeah,
in, like,
I
the
made a
first
lot of money.
day.
And was still overall, I'd say like
It's definitely like a
like
7-8 out of 10.
7, 8 out of 10 game. Like it could have won an award at the Game Awards, but it's too stacked. There was like there was so much Twitter discourse about Spider-Man 2 versus Baldur's Gate 3.
And
I'm
they're
like,
so different.
they're so different. Baldur's Gate 3 is just a better game overall. I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, but from what I've seen, it's just a better game overall.
Yeah.
I know for me, and I know this game isn't like necessarily like recent in terms of like the past like 2 years, but Ghost of Tsushima was something I played through very recently, and by recently I mean like a month ago or so. And I genuinely had so much fun with the game because it didn't feel buggy, it felt finished. The combat was enjoyable while still being relatively simple. I just wish that more games nowadays came out in a state that felt like how Ghost of Tsushima felt to me.
And it would have got more recognition, but too bad it came out in a year with The Last of Us Part 2, which wasn't even that good of a game.
Why did it come out that year? Why did they go
That
to
year-
Last of Us? Last of Us wasn't a good game.
I think that year was Days Gone, Ghost of Tsushima, and Last of Us Part 2.
Doom,
Like, the main releases
Doom
from Sony.
Eternal, Hades.
Doom Eternal, Hades, yeah. Was that 2020 that came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2020 was stacked. 2023 was stacked. 2025 now is probably gonna be stacked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what is gonna come out 2025 at this point. I hope.
GTA 5.
I mean
GTA
GTA
6.
6 and what else? You know, like
a lot of the games released showed at the Game Awards in
'Cause
Switch
maybe
2
2 most likely 2025.
Is that a
PS6.
thing that's happening?
I mean, it's gonna happen eventually. I
with the
think
amount of leaks.
just because
at
that
this
hasn't been
point-
revealed this year, I don't think it's coming out next year. I think it's probably gonna be like E3 reveal and then early 2025 release probably.
Nah,
It's all
fucking
speculating.
Switch 2 Shadow Drop. Let's fucking see it, Nintendo. Let's do it.
I mean, they could reveal and release in the same year because I think the time from the Switch reveal to the Switch's release was like 7-8 months. But I mean, I just don't think it's that realistic unless they reveal it in like their February direct that they have every year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that we get some good shit coming out of Nintendo here soon. I also hope we get Silksong.
You
Yeah.
thought.
You thought at the Game Awards, but no.
I thought at the
Dude,
Game
it's
Awards.
like every year at the Game Awards or like Summer Game Fest, I'm like, hey, how much you want to bet that this is Bloodborne 2, Bloodborne remake? Like, one of my friends, his favorite game of all time is Bloodborne, and so he's accepted that it's not happening. But it's always fun to be like, oh, where's Silksong? Where's the second one of this? You know.
Yeah,
just-
except the thing is, we know Silksong exists
Yeah.
in some degree, and
wa-
it still hasn't.
Do you remember that one like Xbox?
Yeah, it was
Live
supposed
And
where
it was
said,
supposed
like,
to be.
this year.
It's supposed to come out this year, but then the team chair was like, "Oh, we can't. Sorry, it's delayed."
Yeah,
Was that this year?
Yes!
Oh my god, that felt like that was so.
Yeah,
long
it was
ago.
this year. It was like in January.
It was at the.
And everybody
No,
was
it
like,
was-
"Holy shit, it's finally coming out!" And then it
was at the. I think it was at the first. Was it the? I think it was at the first Xbox showcase.
It was.
after the Bethesda acquisition, right?
it was. So like,
And they listed like a bunch of games that are coming out on Game Pass. Like these are all coming out on Game Pass by the end of 2023 or something. And then Silksong was on that list, and then they were like, "No, never."
all
mind.
of these games are coming out in 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Was what it said. And Silksong got a new trailer there.
Or I don't think it was a full trailer. I think there was just
It
like
was
a
like-
little snippet.
it was some gameplay
It was like
with-
5 to 10 seconds of gameplay.
There was
Like in, like, a
something
sizzle reel,
there,
in a sizzle
and
reel.
all of us were like, "Holy shit, it's happening!"
Didn't hear anything.
No,
Hey, at least it's gonna be on Game Pass. We know that now.
about it. Yeah.
That's
I don't fucking have Game Pass, and I'll probably just buy it on Switch
really.
anyways.
I thought you had Game Pass. I thought that's how you had Guilty Gear.
No, I bought Guilty Gear, and I bought the DLC separately. The irony is that I'm an Xbox player without Game Pass. That's what's so funny about me. I'm quirky. I'm different.
That's like the only reason to buy an Xbox is for Game Pass, and you don't have it.
Hey, Xbox Live is nice.
Sure.
Yeah, but you gotta pay for internet access.
Hey, Hey,
You got to do that on PlayStation too.
We get it on PlayStation. At least PlayStation has exclusives right now.
Yeah.
hey.
I mean, give Microsoft a couple years to cook, but also like consolidation is bad for the industry. Blah
Right.
blah blah. Anyways, I don't know any future game releases we're really looking forward to. Like honestly, I could go through a whole list. Probably if I look at it online, but the only one I can think about is GTA 6. That was like the big new announcement recently.
What about Suicide Squad killed the Justice League?
To be honest, depending on how that releases, I might get it.
I played the alpha, but I signed an NDA. I don't know if I can talk about it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there was
Actually?
a closed alpha, and you
Was that
like
before they like delayed it because of all the live
no, it was
service
like recent. It was like
transactions?
2 weeks ago.
Wait, you actually
It was. I mean, you like
Can
signed
you
up
confirm
for
this?
and
Do you know
Huh?
anything about? Do you know anything about this, or is he bullshitting us?
it. No,
well,
let
I mean,
me-
he
let me-
signed an NDA. Like, bro, he can't
Let
say
me pull up
anything.
the email. But
Okay.
If you don't believe me, I mean, like,
Well, no.
I'm trying to figure out whether or not.
Don't break your NDA on a
Yeah.
recorded podcast. but
Yeah, don't
I'm
break
just-
your NDA on a recorded
He did
podcast.
I'm
drop
surprised you got
his name
invited.
and his last name.
Yeah.
yeah, they
Sure.
will know. Well,
First
no,
name,
well,
last
I don't
name.
know. I don't know if they can track that.
Also, I'm not sure if anybody would actually listen to this and then proceed to fucking Warner Brothers.
It's
Get
still
this
probably a
guy.
good idea not to talk about it on a
Right.
recorded
Yeah.
podcast.
I can't even get my impressions on it, which is crazy. There's nothing to get.
Oh yeah,
Damn.
damn. But yeah, in January we get Last of Us Part 2 remastered for some reason.
Oh my
Why
god!
the fuck do we
last,
need a
like,
remaster for a game that came out
3 years ago?
3 years ago?
The last 5 Naughty Dog games were all Last of Us 1 or 2.
I'm waiting for season 2.
Season 2?
Oh,
the
the
Last of Us
show.
The show.
Yeah,
It's-
the show is
it's-
fire.
It's pretty freaking good.
The
Yeah,
show
I
is
love this
fire.
But like, why do we need a remake of a game that came out on the current gen?
After we get Last of Us Part 1, I'm like, yeah, they're going to do Part 2.
To make money.
Yeah,
It
to make
didn't
money.
even come out on last gen. It came out on PS5.
No PS4.
No, it came out on both. So
Well, it came out on both, but like there weren't any PS5 enhancements. I don't think it was like
Right.
just PS. It was basically just a PS4. Also,
yeah, it wasn't running natively on PS.
You guys know Video Game Donkey?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he did a whole video on like remasters and how like there's opportunity for you to make the game more playable. Like in I mean, I know one of the examples he used was with like the joystick on the 3DS for Ocarina of Time. It's just a lot easier in terms of like aiming and stuff for using the bow, I think.
Well, I feel like that's a different scenario because we know Naughty Dog's not going to do that. Like we
Right.
know that's not.
But like,
happening.
imagine trying to aim with the N64 controller.
Yeah.
Like,
right, right. But
There's-
there hasn't
um,
been that technological because it was
True.
like
There's just a different like reason / way that you're kind of doing the remaster or the remake that makes it either like good or bad,
Right.
in my opinion. Like
And-
there's the disingenuous way of you re-release a game that came out like 3-4 years ago and you're like, ooh, visual upgrades, look at that. And then there's this is a old game that we are basically remaking from the ground up in a way to give a modern experience on a old time classic, like what you said with the Ocarina of Time remake on 3DS.
right. They kind of did that with if Last of Us Part 1, the PC release, was not full of bugs, I would have given it a pass purely because it's never been on this hardware before.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that makes sense. You're running it in the Last of Us Part 2 engine. It makes sense. It's like pretty much from the ground up in the new engine. It makes sense for that to exist. But Part 2 remaster, full price? What's going on?
Like the
Is it
thing
like-
is, it'll be $70.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I thought it was, is it 50 or no? Well, I know if you have Last of Us Part 2, you can upgrade to the remastered as like a digital download for only like $10.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. That.
Like,
it's
For $10. Yeah.
You have to
It's-
pay for it? That's
That's
shitty.
see, like,
Cringe.
It was like the like Ghost of Tsushima. I can't
Ghost
say
of Tsushima.
that. What he said.
That thing.
That
Yep.
thing. It has a. I'm pretty sure it has a upgrade, a free upgrade.
It's free.
Is it free upgrade?
I'm
From
assuming
PS4
so.
to PS. I thought it was
Yeah.
also $10. I could be wrong.
I think God of War Ragnarok has that too, but
I know Elden Ring was a free upgrade, which is why I bought the PS4 version because
right, 'cause
it was
cheaper.
it was cheaper and it was also I think I found it like $10 off at Target.
a lot of games. I feel like Because I didn't originally play PC. I was an Xbox player. I feel like most games on last gen came with a like if you switch to a newer console, like you could get the
Really?
next gen version.
No,
for
no, that's
free.
that's upgrade to the director's cut content. Like, go back,
Oh. Okay.
scroll down to look, just click the
Here.
Games Radar article or something.
Oh, maybe it's for the director's cut.
You have to
version.
for the director's cut. If
Okay.
you already own the director's cut on PS4, you can upgrade for $10. Yeah,
$10. Or
It's
if you want to
still
do
$10.
base edition PS4 to director's cut PS5, it's $30.
30. That's
Oh,
wild.
okay.
Really?
Interesting.
Me when I lie and don't know about it.
Either way, I think it's shitty that
I had
you
that.
know you that you're basically recharging for the same game.
Well, I think it's
Um,
because PS4 games $60, PS5 games $70. That's why they're charging $10.
Yeah.
But why are games costing $70 nowadays?
I
You-
mean,
Thanks, Biden.
you can make an argument that inflation
That's
and
crazy.
development costs have been increasing, but like, I don't know, man. Some of these games do not need to be $70.
Nah, you know what the shittiest thing is the fact that the digital and physical copies now
same price,
cost
yeah.
the same price. It used to be that the digital copy was cheaper because obviously you don't have to have the disc or the case or anything like that, you know, less manufacturing shit. Now it's the exact same price either way. And I'm somebody who prefers holding like the disc and like, you know, just having it physically.
Yeah, I prefer physical if I can. At least on console.
Yeah, same.
But the thing is, obviously, everything nowadays is just moving more and more towards digital. So, you know, what happens if in a year from now I lose my Xbox account somehow?
Mm-hmm.
Or did you see that like PlayStation Store announcement like a while back? Like a couple
Yeah, like
weeks ago?
they're like losing the license.
They lost
for-
their license to like a bunch of was it like NBC content or something?
I think NBC.
Yeah, if you bought like pretty much every NBC thing on the PlayStation Store, like movie, TV show, they're just like, oh, you're just gonna lose it from your account in like a couple months. Sorry, we can't do anything about
What
it.
the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just taking it away from your account, even if you already paid for it. No refund.
No. What
That's so
you're
dumb.
supposed to do is you leave it on the account, but you make it so that they can't buy it anymore.
Well, I
no,
think
they can't access it.
like license agreement, like they just can't access it on their account anymore.
You know what would be
But-
worse if they re-up the deal and the content came back, they had to repay for it.
Mhm.
Dude,
That'd
I think
be
that would.
wild.
I think that would
be
happen.
wild.
I think that would happen.
So something
You just
similar.
said piracy through the roof.
So something similar to that extent happened for a game I play. I played Dead by Daylight. I've
Mhm.
gotten into it recently, and you know, obviously, Stranger Things was in the game for a while in the past, and then Netflix flaked out on the agreement and didn't, you know, re-sign the license. Well, if you had the characters already, you could keep the characters. They didn't
Mhm.
like remove the characters from your account or anything like that. You could keep them. And technically, there were ways to like get codes and get around like the bullshit of not having the characters, but the codes were selling for like $100 or some bullshit.
Yeah, so not worth it.
But then within the past month, they re-added the Stranger Things content to the game, which was huge for the community. We are only taking W's with Dead by Daylight right now. We got Xenomorph in the game. We got Stranger Things back. Then we got
You got
Chucky.
You got that side game announced at the Game Awards.
We got the side game announced. We are eating for Dead by Daylight right now. But it was like, you know, even though the licensing fell out, they didn't like remove the content from the game still. You know, so like it
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
feels
That's how it usually works, but I don't know. That was a weird case.
that feels really shitty.
Yeah, which is why a lot of people online were like, yeah, this is why I always go physical because stuff like this could happen. And I don't know. That's why I also don't like live service because you could just buy a game and then the server shut down and you just can't even play it anymore.
Yeah,
The disc's
like-
useless.
With Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, if you read like all the disclaimers and stuff, you can see that they're only guaranteeing through season 4.
Really?
They can even play the game.
They're on, yeah. Well, no, I think there's gonna be an offline campaign mode, but right as it'll release,
So if you
It's
spend
fully
money
live
on the
service.
game and the servers shut off, they're just
you
like,
can only
yeah,
play the campaign.
deal with
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Wow.
which is like another reason why I'm like, do I really want to buy this?
Do you remember like Remember like Battleborn, bro?
Yeah, Battleborn
Oh.
was like that. Paladins, which
Was it
Paladin still
It
exists.
was an Overwatch clone.
Paladin still exists.
Paladin
so.
still exists.
Does it? I
Yeah.
thought it got shut down.
I don't think it did.
No. Look at Paladins on Steam.
I'm pretty sure Hi-Rez still like funds it and shit.
I also tried to remake Realm Royale, but like that still didn't do well at all. Like no one played it.
Paladin.
I remember Realm Royale was kind of popping on Twitch for like 2 days, but that was because of sponsorships. I think.
Paladins. I mean, it looks like it's still up.
Go to the
They-
Steam page.
They're still getting updates and patch notes and shit. So, Paladins on Steam.
You can still add it to your account, right?
Hmm?
Yeah. And then go to Community Hub. See how many people are playing.
Where?
Top right.
Top right. Here. 6K.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
I mean, it's still
So
still
it
kicking.
still exists. It still plays and stuff. But the thing is, the second that this game the second that Hi-Res just decides we don't want to keep funding it, everything's gone.
Man, every time I played Paladins, I remember being so fucking easy, man. Like everyone, like I could just rack up like 30 kills in a round by doing basically nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just it's crazy. And there's like an ability buy system, right? Like
It was-
upgrading, like kind of like it's like a little bit like League, but like
Yeah, it was like a weird mix of like League items plus Overwatch gameplay, except shitty.
I only played it like twice. So
yeah.
I have no
And like the
idea.
horse riding to get to the site was weird.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, man. That game is weird. High-res studios was weird. They basically solely exist on like copying popular game genres and then making them like shitty and free to play.
What else have they made?
Smite.
Smite, Realm Royale. There's like a big one I'm forgetting. I'm looking at High-res studios right now.
They didn't do Brawlhalla, I'm assuming.
No, they don't do Brawlhalla.
There is
Um,
a game I miss that got shut down.
What
What?
game?
Project Darwin. I don't know if you know.
Oh, I remember
Oh.
playing Project Darwin.
I've heard of
I
it.
love Project
What happened to
Darwin.
that game? Why did it get shut down? I thought it was doing well.
It was doing well, but I think they just couldn't keep the servers running.
Like player counts started to fall off. I think
Yeah.
they're losing too much money.
Damn, that really
Smite-
sucks.
Oh yeah, Divine Knockout. It's their.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah. Divine
Is it a
game.
platform?
Oh, Rogue
fighter?
Company. That's
Rogue
what I was thinking
Company?
of.
Oh, it was Rogue Company. Rogue Company
beloved.
is shut down, I think.
No.
Is
no,
it?
It's
No, it's-
not.
it's
It's not.
Rogue Company, my beloved.
It still exists. That piece of
Oh,
shit.
Watch,
whoa,
watch
whoa.
your tone. Watch your
Oh.
tone.
Hey, I'm just keeping it honest
Wait, it's
here.
not free to play?
Rogue Company's free to play.
I know it is. Why was for some reason Steam like on the homepage it was $10.
Oh,
Like right here. I don't know.
that's weird.
But it's
probably
free,
like
free to play.
probably like in-game stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rogue Company is fun. I don't know.
I tried it like once or twice. I'm like, this is fine. Right.
Back in like 2020 when it first came out, me and my friends like got into it really heavily just because it was like a free shooter, and like we're kind of goated with the sauce. I don't
Go
know.
with the sauce.
Yeah, every time we go into like team deathmatch, I get like 35 kills.
There's currently 797 people in game on Steam right now.
Hey, not bad, not bad. It was an Epic exclusive at first.
It was an Epic exclusive.
So
I give
some-
that game another 6 months.
I think you mean another 6 years to the moon.
To the moon.
That's the same shit that Dogecoin people said,
I think
and
Rogue-
now look at where it
Ah,
is.
Well, one is a game and the other is a fake cryptocurrency. So,
I think Rogue Company was one of the first like timed exclusive Epic games.
oh no, I'm pretty sure it was.
There was like was it like Borderlands 3 that was also one?
Yeah,
Or no?
yeah.
God, if only Borderlands 3 wasn't a piece of shit.
I played a little bit of Borderlands 2, and that
God,
was
it's
fun.
such a good game.
Because Borderlands 1 and 2, from everything I've heard, are phenomenal games.
And the prequels,
do
they
are.
everything well, and then Borderlands 3 tries to do what Borderlands 1 and 2 did, except it does it very shittily
Well,
and unfinished.
I read the
Sounds like The Godfather. That's what it sounds like.
I read that sometimes the gunplay is better, but the story is just so bad. Like the writing is
That's what
terrible.
I've heard too. I had it free on Epic, but
I've just heard so much shit about how like bad the writing is that because I was actually interested in possibly getting it because I've always wanted to play a Borderlands game just because they look like
play
fun.
two.
Yeah, just play
it's-
2.
But
How much is it on Steam right now?
I think it's normally 20, but it's on sale all the time.
Yeah, you
like-
just get it.
Winter
Yeah.
winter sale's gonna
Play
be in
when
like
you
2
have time,
weeks. It's gonna be like $5.
It was just I had seen that 3 was coming out, so I was like, oh, I'll just play 3 when that comes out if it's good. Because I always wait to buy games.
Mm-hmm.
I never buy it on release unless it's something I've been absolutely dying to play, and I know is going to be good on release.
That was me with Spider-Man 2, but I guess
That
I didn't
Oh.
finish it.
That was me with Marvel's Avengers.
Oh, no!
I got the game for
Hey, I played it.
Christmas
I
the
played
year it came out.
160 hours.
160 hours?
Yeah, I
in
maxed
that?
out. I maxed
I
out.
played it one time for 2 hours and never touched it again.
I maxed out Cap and Thor. They were the most fun characters.
I'm sorry for
I
your
haven't
loss.
touched it since like August.
I only remember a
2021.
rescue mission I had to play as Hulk. Like in the first like 2 hours of the game, I'm like, this is boring, and then I stopped playing.
I don't know how they like if it were genuinely just like a story mode, it would have been like pretty good.
Why did they try to make a live service? Like Square Enix like fucked it up. It could have been so fun as like a single player game.
Yeah, the campaign was pretty good in all honesty. Other than you get like Cap and Thor at the very end. So
But I genuinely can't remember like the last game I bought on release, to be honest.
Starfield.
God, no. Fuck, I'm not buying any
That-
Bethesda
that was
game
me.
anytime
we
soon.
watched the Nikki Jakey video on why that.
Yeah, so did
And-
I didn't
You
need to
did?
watch it because I
I
played
made
it.
the
so.
mistake of pre-ordering Cold War. I think it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Cold War.
Cold War
It
was
was one of the
fine.
better
Oh wait,
ones.
wait,
fine.
no, it was the
Vanguard.
Vanguard.
Oh, Vanguard.
I was like,
Yeah,
don't
it was
talk shit
Vanguard.
about Cold War.
honestly-
Cold War was
I
fun.
I was honestly this close to buying Vanguard and release because just because I like Cold War a lot and I wanted to get into COD, but I'm glad I didn't buy it.
So,
I did get MW2 though. That was
oh no.
no,
Hey,
MW2
at-
was fine.
At least it's not
I had
MW3.
fun.
Yeah. So
Apparently MW3 is terrible.
I
Yeah, it was
Just
had
ask AJ.
reverse development.
What do you mean? Just
It had,
add
it had
He's
six,
played it.
It's been in
Ah,
development
okay.
for like 16 months.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh.
It was supposed to be a DLC originally, but
perfect sense. Makes complete and total
Yeah.
sense.
Or that's the assumption
The
that everyone's
theory
going
is that
in.
internally it's supposed to be a DLC, but Treyarch's game was taking way too long, so they delayed it to next year, and then they said, okay, we're making the DLC a full game.
Did they already
Or-
say that there wouldn't be a full game this
Yeah,
year?
they originally said MW2 would be a 2-year release with a DLC, but I think Activision got scared and decided to make MW3 like its own game.
Which
But I don't
wasn't necessary. They could have sold the Modern Warfare 3 campaign, guns, all that new progression
you
in
just-
maps. You'd sell that for $40 or something like that.
I think you sell the campaign as a story DLC for $30, and then you add everything as like free updates.
or
like,
you do that.
through-
Yeah.
I bet that Activision was worried about if the Microsoft deal fell through.
That's what I think they were concerned about. And
And also, like, to shareholders, seeing like a Call of Duty game come out, which is like basically their huge source of revenue, and then a year where it doesn't come out, it's just like a paid DLC. Like the profit decline would probably be like a decent decline, just
And-
based on like like there won't be the hardcore
Right, and
fans
then
paying
s-
$60.
And then
again.
seeing that right after Microsoft, the Microsoft deal fell through, they would have been like, "What's going on?
Yeah.
We can't even get bought out by."
I mean, we know the
Microsoft."
Microsoft deal isn't.
Oh no,
it's
it
going-
went through.
Yeah.
I wish it was locked
But-
in FTC, to be honest.
So for me,
Well, it means that Bobby's gone, so I'm
Yeah.
fine with it.
that's a good thing.
I love COD. I got into COD like hardcore in 2019 with Modern Warfare, the new Modern
Mhm.
Warfare. Love the game. I played that shit so much. Then I went back and I bought the original Modern Warfare trilogy, the Black Ops trilogy. I didn't buy Black Ops 4 because it's dog shit. And then I ended up buying Cold War a little bit later after release date. I waited until Firebase D came out because I wanted to make sure that Zombies was going to be good because I wasn't completely sold with D Machine. And the campaign looked a little iffy, but ended up getting it. Loved Cold War as well. Fun to play. Vanguard came out, and I have lost all faith in Call of Duty since.
I think they gotta chill on the yearly release.
Yeah, they should have just stopped after MW2. Like just do like I don't know, every 2 years and just keep doing updates.
maybe like every 3 years, because you have like Modern Warfare 2 that was generally like a highly like rated game, or like it's
Well,
on like
On launch
The
it was
low
like
end
it
of,
was
like,
like
good
mid. It was
reviews.
like overall it's like a decently good game, but it
Yeah.
was just like the engine was really good. Like if you built on the engine, it would be like
right. So imagine if like they were able to build on it for a couple of years with
Yeah.
a bunch updates, maps.
Didn't they add like a ranked kind of system to
They've
COD?
added ranked finally to Cold War. Was the
Right.
first COD game that had a fucking rank system.
Which
Right,
is
I feel like
crazy.
now that
Why
they,
did that
They're
take
so
now
so
that-
late to
long?
the party.
yeah, but like now that they have that, I feel like they can they should give their games some longevity, because like before that, I feel like people were completing the game, like getting all the like like Damascus and stuff like that. Like they could do it within a week because that's like all they.
Yeah. But I
Call of Duty is like all they do.
I understand what you're saying with that. I don't know though. It's still like a vicious cycle that Activision won't be breaking anytime soon. I feel like.
I still think Treyarch's game can save Call of Duty.
I hope it does.
Treyarch's been the most consistent studio across the board as of.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Recent.
Is there like?
Well, I think all time, honestly.
On what it'll be.
The name of it is Gulf War.
Theoretically,
Gulf
it's Call of
War.
Duty Black Ops Gulf War.
That's the name of it that has been getting thrown around everywhere that I've heard. So it's presumably some follow-up to Cold War, clearly. Somewhere keeping up that storyline. Hopefully the zombies goes back to fucking round-based. I swear to God, if it's not another...
I think after MWZ, whatever the fuck that was, I think they're going to go back to round-based.
Because I swear to God, there hasn't been a good zombies mode since Cold War. And prior to Cold War, there hadn't been a good zombies mode since Black Ops 3.
Well, because Cold War was round-based, right?
Yes, Cold War was round-based, but that was also the introduction of the first non-round-based mode in, I forget the name of it, but where it was like an open world-esque zombies mode.
I played it. I didn't have anyone to play it with that like actually wanted to try it out, so I played it with randoms, and they'd always disconnect like halfway through, so I just like also left. Like I never completed one.
I enjoyed it. It was fine for what it was, but the thing is, you need like a mode like that to be alongside round-based zombies, so it's less of like your only option and more of like a side mode. But Treyarch has decided to say, "Fuck you." Play only non-round-based mode zombies, and have fun. I don't know, man. There needs to be something new.
Yeah, I think the open world version is a little bit too ambitious for the time that they had to make it. Because like you hear open world zombies, it's like, maybe depends on how well how good it is.
Yeah, I think
it's like
I think MWZ was just tacked on as like a way for Activision to be like, oh, this will hide that it's not just a DLC.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, though, I think we're getting towards the end here. So any socials you guys want to shout out, anywhere people can reach you, stuff like that?
I have none.
You have none? All right.
None to shout out.
Twitter and Twitch, Riskii RL. Other than that, though, I mean, I have Twitch and Instagram, but they haven't been very active.
I mean, you did some streams over Thanksgiving break.
I did, yeah, because
winter break.
Yeah, winter break.
Yeah, I will do streams over winter break if.
I mean, this will probably.
I mean,
come
if you
out
want to play
break.
Val, we can do that on stream. I'm down.
Sure, I won't be streaming it.
Down.
But I might be streaming some fucking like Dead by Daylight off my Xbox.
If I get to playing like the finals or something like that.
Yeah.
I just need people to play with because I don't.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, we can play
Okay.
we
got you,
finals.
homie.
We can get Dutch on the finals too. I'm sure he'll be down.
True. Before he leaves.
Yeah, I mean he's just still gonna be here for winter break. He's not leaving until like
I know.
January 29th.
Right.
Yeah. But thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it.
And based on this coming out, happy holidays. Hope you have a
Yeah,
good
happy
season.
holidays.
Happy holidays.
And hopefully we get some Rocket League news for Christmas.
Yeah,
right?
please. Oh my.
And we will be back with another episode next semester, seeing as this is going to be the
Probably.
last one that comes out until
It's gonna be a minute.
like February.
till February.
At
We
least,
might
yeah.
cook up a virtual one over break, but that's unlikely. So just expect waiting till February.
Yeah.
But appreciate you guys for listening through
Appreciate
us
it.
with this semester, and see you guys later.
It's been a lot of fun.